So we're going to kick it off with, of course, Captain America Brave New World that just released. And I already have a full review of the movie on my channel, so it's going to be mainly Cam's thoughts on the movie. But I'll give my brief little overview right now. So overall, I was pleasantly surprised with this movie. This movie had a lot going against it, but it managed to, Marvel managed to salvage something that I enjoyed a little bit. Ultimately, I gave the movie a 7 out of 10. However, people hate this movie. And I understand that there's a lot to critique about this movie, but I still enjoyed it. I do think the hate for it is a little much. And it's just based on, Marvel's continued decline. It's very easy to hate on Marvel right now. I've hated plenty, most of Marvel's projects after Endgame. But I can definitely admit that this was solid and definitely a breath of fresh air in the multiverse saga. Although in the post-credit scene, it does remind us that we are in the multiverse saga, and we'll talk about that as well. But overall, I liked the movie. I didn't like the leader. I liked Harrison Ford. I liked Sam Wilson. Not really as Captain America, but this movie did somewhat make him more believable as Captain America, and I think that's the ultimate goal of this movie. Actually, it's not. This movie is an Incredible Hulk sequel, and this was Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Ross's story. Thanos had his movie Infinity War. Infinity War was his story. Captain America Brave New World is the Thaddeus Ross story, which is weird in a Captain America movie. But yeah, summing up, I liked Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross. I didn't like the leader as the villain. Sam Wilson, as always, is a solid character. I actually don't like Joaquin Torres. I don't know why. He irks me, and I don't like Joaquin Torres. But overall, the action was pretty good, and it was decent. I gave it a 7 out of 10. What about you, Cam?
Yeah, overall, I totally agree what Cody has to say. It was a great movie overall. I was very entertained. Yes, there was some points of the movie where it was paced and just all around kind of messy, but in reality, it was just a fun movie. It felt like old Marvel, very grounded, and, just very like stealth government type style movie. Overall, I give it 7.5. Very enjoyable to watch. I understand there's problems in the movie, but it didn't take away the fact that it was better than a lot of the Marvel projects that we've gotten recently.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely better than, let's think of it, Marvel's. After watching Ant-Man Quantumania over and over again, movie gets worse every time I watch it. It's better than that movie. It's way better than Multiverse of Madness. Cam can definitely agree with me on that one.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, so this one was definitely a breath of fresh air. And I guess we can talk about spoilers now. So if you don't want to know anything, then there's your warning. So yeah, overall, like I mentioned earlier, this movie was grounded and was a brief departure from the multiverse saga. However, we're reminded that we're back in the multiverse saga in the post-credit scene when the leader is like, "Yo, Sam Wilson, you got bigger fish to fry out there. You got multiverses to worry about." And I hated the post-credit scene because it makes him so dumb. Because, like I mentioned in my review of this movie, he was just petty. Okay, he's supposed to be this genius, but pettiness got the best of him, and his only goal in the movie was to show the world who Ross really is, instead of worrying about the multiverse that he's somehow aware of because he's so goofy smart. And I don't know, leader's motivations movie made no sense. Big misutilization of a good actor and a decent Hulk villain. A Hulk villain. He should be a Hulk villain, not a Captain America villain. Also, this movie had no Hulk in it. Anyways, but yeah, the post-credit scene was a big miss for me. How do you feel about it, Cam?
It was very up in air. It's how you want to perceive it, even though it's setting up for Doomsday and Secret Wars with the whole incursion bullcrap that's going on that we know and love. It was very, underwhelming, to say the least. I thought we were gonna get a new character, or Sam actually assembling the Avengers or something along this line. But we get Sam. There's stuff that's gonna come. It was super underwhelming. If I could remake it, I would. They should have reshot that scene so many times to make it perfect to make it have impact
Cam,
for the next couple of MCU
I
films.
definitely think that that was probably a last minute like post credits. I believe I can only imagine how many different post credit scenes there were. So I definitely think they did reshoot it to what they wanted. So yeah, post credit scene was a miss, but overall I thought the movie was decent. And like I said, it was Harrison Ford's story. His daddy's Thunderbolt Ross. I thought, and I liked his character a lot in this movie. Except of how many times he mentioned the word treaty. Where's Betty? We gotta get this treaty signed. Japan. Where's that? That was a little goofy. But overall, I did like his story. And decent movie. So I definitely think this movie's getting a little too much hate. I know there's so much around this movie, but when it came to the big screen, it was decent. Wasn't good, wasn't bad, it was decent.